Nani? Ane kanisa kaile nyingine ile. Kanisa kaile ile Marekani ile haipati ilikuwa. Iti baadaye ile. Ndio ngo diara huko. Kwa bidia.
We are the students from Fidel Castro, and we are here to explain about the conflict that continues in the world. We are different presidents from different countries, like from France, from Russia, from China, and USA. By starting with the president from France, has different information to tell us. I hope you are fine and me too. I'm the ambassador of the France president. France regrets that the Security Council was unable to act in Gaza. Mr. President, in Gaza, a genuine humanitarian catastrophe is unfolding before our eyes. This is unacceptable. France deeply regrets that the Security Council was unable to adopt a resolution tabled by its elected member on June 5 and has been blocked from an act. We reiterate our calls for an immediate and permanent ceasefire, and we welcome the effort of the United States, Qatar, and Egypt to facilitate negotiations. Israel must abide for its international obligations, including humanitarian laws. France will continue to condemn the terrorist attack on October 7 and call for an immediate and conditional release of the hostages. The Security Council and this Assembly must do likewise ambiguously. However, the horrific behavior of Hamas and other groups, they do not exonerate the state of Israel from its obligations. They do not justify subjecting 2 million Gaza civilians to inhuman living conditions. Civilian population and infrastructure must be protected. Human aid cannot be instrumentalized for political means, and it must be delivered safely and without interest throughout the Gaza Strip. France, therefore, reiterates the United Nations Agency and their humanitarian partners, which have demonstrated their integrity and their ability to deliver aid in full compliance with humanitarian principles. France reiterates its opposition to the delivery mechanism organized by the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which has dramatic consequences. It also urgent to create alternative war for both Palestine and Israel. In order to meet the legitimate aspirations of the Palestinian state and to allow Israel and Palestine to live peace and security, France determined to move forward. The implementation of the two-state solution and remains fully committed to the resumption of the international conference convened at the request of this assembly, which were co-chairing with Saudi Arabia. This conference, which circumstances have led to suspend, to enable us to move forward on paths to peace and security. Thanks to the mobilization of all members, states, and concrete commitment they will make on occasion. Thank you. Thank you very much, the President from France, to explain about the conflict that continues in the world. And now we can hear the President from China.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
I am ambassador from China. China reiterates that violence cannot bring security, nor can foster peace. Israel continued escalated military offensive have resulted in the loss of numerous innocent lives. Israel struck on the Nasser Hospital on August 25, killed over 10 civilians, journalists, and medical workers, creating yet another horrendous threat. Israel is still moving forward with its military plan to take over Gaza. The plan, once implemented, will inevitably lead to more bloodshed and displacement. Also, China reiterates the violence of international humanitarian law as unacceptable. The weaponization of humanitarian supply is unacceptable, and militarization of the aid distribution mechanism is also unacceptable. All along, the biggest challenge is scaling up humanitarian assistance in Gaza. Also, China reiterates the long and fulfilled aspiration for an independent Palestinian state is a fundamental reason preventing the solution to the Palestinian question. And the root cause of the current politics of the Palestinian-Israel situation. The Palestinian people right to statehood, the right to survival, and the right to time must no longer be done. Israel's recent approach of settlement expansion from in the West Bank will severely undermine the consideration of the positive moment of the highway. Also, when peace is absent in the Middle East, peace is necessary for the world. At the present, the Middle East situation remains complex and fragile. With much the hotspot issues intervened, however, the question of Palestine remains central to the Middle East issue. China supports the Council in taking all necessary action to achieve a ceasefire in the fighting in Gaza and alleviate the humanitarian disaster. We call on all countries, particularly the countries with significant influence over the parties concerned. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President China. And now we can hear the President from Russia.
Good morning to everyone. I'm here as Russian ambassador. The UN Security Council inability to stop the fighting and bloodshed and end the suffering in the Gaza Strip due to repeated votes by the United States. We express regret that UN Security Council remain unable to end the violence and humanitarian suffering in the Gaza Strip due to the repeated votes by United States. The Russian position on the Israel-Palestine conflict remains consistent. We condemn the Hamas attack of October 7, 2023, but the incident cannot and should not be a pretext for the collective punishment of the Palestinian civilians or for finding a broader war in the Middle East. The achieving genuine peace and security in the region is impossible without a just settlement of Palestinian issue and fulfillment of the legitimate rights and aspirations of Palestinian people. September 20, Thank you.
Thank you very much, the President from Russia. And by finishing with this process, we can finish with the President from USA. I am the President from USA. I wish to welcome in the Security Council of the resolution on ceasefire to Palestine. Thank you, all members of Thank you, all members of the security. I welcome you in the resolution cancelling of ceasefire to Gaza and release of all hostages, which is constituting like at least 65,141 people, unconditional and permanent. I now give a floor to Russia, China, France, and UK, and the results are as follows. The resolution approved 14 of the 15 members and the one voted number. Thank you for listening to us.